Guys, so today we are talking about different attachment styles in our relationships. We have 4 attachment styles, and trust you me, you fall in one of those attachment styles. I'm also going to be telling you my own attachment style and my husband's attachment style. He's somewhere in one of the rooms. I don't want him to hear me talking about his secrets. Yes, I'm going to be talking to you about that. And actually, I had a different attachment style before I healed, before I worked on myself. And now I have a different attachment style. I'm going to be talking to you guys about that. So attachment styles are basically patterns that emerge from our earliest bonds with our caregivers, from our childhood. That's why I'm so huge when it comes to healing trauma. Our earlier connections in our childhood shapes our attachment styles. Attachment is basically a connection that's characterized by care, comfort, pleasure, yeah? And it's important for you to know your attachment style, because so you can be aware of how you're showing up, how you're behaving, and how you're interacting in your relationships, how you can sabotage your relationships. We have 4. We have the avoidant, the insecure, we have the disorganized, and the secure. So for example, if you're avoidant, you need to know what you are if you're avoidant. So you know how an avoidant can sabotage their relationship. So you know how you can mess your own relationship. Or if you're not dating, if you're not married, so you know, this is my attachment style. So when I'm looking for a partner, I'd want someone who is like this and like that. Yeah, so let's get started. Oh, so this research was done by a guy in 19-something, something. I'll write his name here. And another thing, you can take a quiz. I'll let you know where you can take a quiz, so you can get to know your attachment style. But even listening to me talking, I'm sure you'll have picked 1 or 2 things about your own personality, or about how you're showing up in your relationships, how your attachment is in your relationship. The first one is anxious attachment. Anxious attachment, they crave relationships and love and intimacy and connection. They really want that connection. They want to connect. They want to be intimate. They want to fall in love. However, they have fear of rejection. They have fear of abandonment. They have fear of being dumped. They have a lot of fear of abandonment and fear of rejection. So they are very insecure. So if you're very insecure in your relationships, you have anxious attachment. You have a lot of fear of abandonment, a lot of fear of rejection. You worry so much they're gonna find someone better than you. You worry so much when they take a few hours without replying to your text. You worry so much when they look at someone else. You worry so much when you see them on the phone laughing. You think it must be another woman, it must be someone else. Yeah, and a lot of these attachment styles stem from our childhood. This is what I say. If you're very needy, like you are anxious, you have the anxious attachment style, then when you're dating, you need to date someone who is not an avoidant. I'll talk about an avoidant connection, and who's also not anxious. Like they're insecure, you're insecure, like that's toxic, like point blank toxic. You want to date someone who's a secure attachment. You want to date someone who you can tell, hey babe, listen, I really like it when you check in on me during the day. Or babe, nowadays you take so long without replying my text. I really like it. I'd appreciate it if you replied my text on time. Yeah, or you just let them know, babe, if you're gonna be late, just call me and let me know. Yeah, or if you're busy with your meetings, you don't have to go quiet, just drop me a text, just let me know. So you need to date someone who is not also insecure, or who is not an avoidant, someone who doesn't really care. Like you're just in your relationship alone looking crazy, but ideally you're craving for that love and attention. So that is the first attachment style. An aeroplane is passing. I also keep saying that. True story. Aeroplanes keep flying over here every time I'm doing my videos. I don't know if they fly other times because maybe I'm not usually paying attention, but they do that when I'm recording my favorite videos. So if you're anxious attachment, then you need to know you are, so that you also date partners who are also not making it worse for you. So you also don't date partners who are cheating left, right, and center. You also don't date partners who are very are hyper independent. They don't even need you to call them. You also want to date someone who will assure you, who will soothe your wound, who will soothe your further wound, or whatever it is you're dealing with. The second category is avoidant attachment style. Hey, I was an avoidant attachment style. Like I had that style. And so avoidant attachment is people who are very independent, very assertive, people who are okay being single, people who are very popular and loved. Like they have hey, single independent women, yeah, like you feel like you're self-sufficient, you're very assertive, you're very opinionated, you're very independent, you're okay being single. By then you have no problem being single. I was like that for a long time. Okay, before that, there are times where I used to find my relationship myself in relationships more often, but I didn't have a problem being alone. So they're very independent. Another thing is, every time they want to enjoy going on dates, they can date multiple people. Anxious attachment style, they date multiple people, but when it gets to a point where the other person wants a deeper connection, that's where they draw the line. They are avoidant. Like they avoid emotional intimacy. They don't know how to be in a secure and healthy emotional connection state. English, I don't know if I've made sense there, but you get the point. You get my point. So yes, so I used to be anxious avoidant. Like I was, even if you don't call me, I'm good. So I used to have that, and I had done a quiz. You can do a quiz on Google. Just go to Google, free. Please don't pay for those things. They're free there. Don't take the one that you have to put your card number. So free attachment style quiz. And then take like 4 will be too many because you answer so many questions. Like 3, and then you can look at what's your attachment style. So yeah, so that's the second category. So if you are avoidant attachment, you have avoidant attachment style, you can't also be with someone who's avoidant attachment style, because there's no, you see how we say some relationships, they don't have the emotion. Someone is emotionally unavailable. Avoidant. I was emotionally unavailable. That's why I dated a narcissist. That's why I dated people who are also scared of a connection, because I could not connect on that level. So if your attachment style is avoidant, like you're not comfortable in those emotional conversations and emotional states, then you also cannot be with someone who's like that. Yeah, you want someone who's secure. You want someone who checks in with you emotionally. Let me say this: avoidant, we want to look like we're independent, like we're strong, but let me tell you, deep down we want to connect. We just don't know how. Yeah, deep down we want to belong. Deep down we want someone to check on us. Deep down we want someone to ask us what we had for dinner, or what we've eaten, or how. We want that, but we don't know how to forge that connection. Yeah, so if you're avoidant, please don't date someone who's avoidant or someone who's insecure. And actually, avoidant and insecure attachments end up together. So you find that the secure one is running after the avoidant, and the avoidant one is now running away because the insecure want a deeper connection. Yeah, you know how we say everything you chase runs. Most avoidance and insecure end up together. Now that's the second attachment style, avoidant. The third one is disorganized or fearful attachment style. Now these ones appear to be, they present themselves to be confident, exciting, fun, yeah, but deep down they have a fear of abandonment. Deep down they have a fear of being hurt. Deep down they have a fear of being dumped. So they're exciting, they're confident, but they're also insecure. So it can, you know how sometimes you pretend, me, I'm not like that, me, I'm like this. You know, I spoke about that thing when I was giving the example of the fruit, where you pretend you are a mango. So you go into relationships as pretending to be a mango, but deep down you are a pineapple. So the needs that you will have met are needs of a mango, because you're pretending I'm a mango. So you attract mangoes. But deep down, if you're a pineapple, your needs as a pineapple will never be met, because the people you're attracting are people who want mangoes. but ideally you're a pain. So they will never, your needs will never be met. And even that person will forever will be feeling like you're not, as in something is not right here. This is what you told me you wanted, but on the other side, this is who you are. It's the same thing like this disorganized attachment style. You're out here, I'm fun, I'm beautiful, I'm a mango, but deep down you're fearful, you're scared of being hurt. Deep down you're a pineapple. So you find that it's really hard for you to date. Disorganized people, it's really hard for you to date because you're presenting one front, but ideally you are the other thing. So if this is you, it's important for you to know yourself so you can start doing the work. Every attachment, I think most attachment styles, except the last one I'll talk about, the 3 that I mentioned, there's a lot of work we need to do. But the most important part, and the reason why I've done this video, is so you can know. Information is power. I say the most important part about healing and about personal development and about working on yourself is knowing what happened to you, is the awareness of knowing this is how I'm showing up, this is who I am, and as a result of how I'm showing up, this is how I'm sabotaging my relationships, or this is how I'm letting myself down. It's important for you to know. You cannot get a solution for a problem that you don't know exists. Yeah, so that's the 3rd one, disorganized or fearful attachment. So the final attachment style is secure attachment. So people who have this attachment style are very self-content. So people who have this attachment are self-content and they're comfortable in relationships. They're okay with who they are as a person. They are warm, they're open and straightforward. Yeah, they also know how to set boundaries. So this is the goal, to become to have a secure attachment style. My husband has a secure attachment style, and I realized because as someone who had an avoidant attachment style, when we used to have friction or when we were about to have some of these difficult conversations, emotional conversations, let me not call them difficult, I used to want to just hide. I wanted to avoid conflict and confrontation and those conversations at all means possible. But him, if it's one of those uncomfortable conversations, he's ready to address the conversation. Or when we are having an argument and I just shut down, I just want my space, he will not run after me, but he will also not go avoidant. He will not dismiss me the way I'm being dismissive. He will wait, and then when I'm ready to talk, we can have the conversation. Yeah, and the goal is to be secure attachment. Before, I used to be avoidant, and I remember I had done the test when I was chaotic and in my healing journey. And then the other day I did 3 quizzes, and 2 of them came that I'm secure and 1 came that I'm avoidant, because maybe the things we're trying to heal from are things we've done or we've been programmed all our lives. So those are the different attachment styles. So you need to know yours, and not so you can change yourself per se, but so you can know how your attachment style is affecting you in your relationships, in how you're showing up, how you can use your attachment style to better your relationship, or how you can, when you know your attachment style, you're able to also choose a partner that helps you with whatever it is you're dealing with, because you cannot be insecure attachment style and you also date someone with an insecure attachment style. Like it won't work, it's not gonna go well. Anyway, I just wanted you to know. So you can take a quiz on Google, attachment style quiz, free attachment. We like free things, and why would you pay if there's something free? So free attachment styles, take 3 of them, like I've said, and then you can be able to gauge yourself. If you want to do there's always work to be done. If you are disorganized, you have disorganized attachment style, like you want to appear confident and fun and exciting, but you also have a fear of connecting. How will that, so your relationships don't go anywhere? They don't graduate past the fun, they don't graduate past the honeymoon, because when difficult conversations, or when it gets to a point where the honeymoon stage is over, you don't know how to be in that state, because you're scared, they're gonna leave me, they're gonna do this if they don't keep calling you, or if you don't go for dinner every night like maybe you were doing during the honeymoon stage. Anyway, guys, information is power. When you know better, you do better, right? All right, bye.